Hey guys, here we're going to talk about 9-2 for a second. But before we do, I wanted to talk a little bit about reflection. Reflection is when we can fold an image. So you can see here, I have a playing card. It's a 2 of hearts. And I want you to think for a second, let's say I got the ink just on this side wet, and I folded it, and I matched up my edges. Would this 2 have a mirror image over here? Is it already there? No. My 2's down here. So this does not have reflection. It doesn't have a reflection property. The hearts do, but the numbers don't translate. They wouldn't work that way. Even if I could fold a rectangle perfectly, this corner and this corner would be the same, but the 2 isn't going to be able to fold and match perfectly either. So there's only certain numbers where that would work, where you would have reflection going on. And just like I showed a class today, if I drew, let's say this is my line of symmetry right here. I'm going to fold the paper actually. If I said that was my line, okay, right there. It doesn't work exactly, but let's just say that right here is my line. And I'm going to make a little picture over here of a house. And it's just half of a picture. And I wanted to make this exact copy on the other side. I would have to figure out, like, there's my point here and here's a point here. To have reflection, I would look here and say, okay, well, I've got to go 2 spaces in on that line to have the corner of the house. So I'm going to go 2 spaces in over here. That's going to be the corner of that house. And how many am I going to go over here? 2 again. So there's the bottom. And now I can draw the outline. And I'm making a perfect copy of what's on this side. Now I'm going to go halfway here so that I can finish the door and down. So that's going to copy that. And then here, if I go up 1, that's going to be this corner of the window. And I go halfway. And now I have a perfect reflection, perfect symmetry. This matches that perfectly. And that's what we're doing when we're doing a reflection. So let's look here. Just a reminder, here are the problems you're doing on 9-2. Okay, come on, computer. Cow, help me out here. So here we are on 9-2. These are the problems you need to do, and I've already marked them on my paper. But I know that this confused a few people. What I would tell you is here, let's go ahead and do A, B, and C together. And I'm going to make little graphs for each. And A, the ordered pair of A, is at 4, positive 2. So I'm going to go over 4 and up 2. And this is point A, just like you have on your paper. And I'm going to make it a little simpler because I want to make it easy for those people that have a hard time with all this busy stuff on the problem. And over here, you'll notice it tells me it's going to be reflected across the x-axis. Well, this right here is my x-axis. So just like we counted on the house, where I had my line down the middle, I said, okay, how far is that point from this line? And I just counted, it was up 2. It's going to be the same thing here. How far is this A from that red line? Well, it's up 2. So when we went the other direction, when I have one that's up 2, I'm going to go down 2. So this would be A image. This is A pre-image. This is A image. Let's do another one. Here we have our B. And it tells me the point B is over 3, down 3. So I'm going to go over 3, I'm going to go down 3, and this is my B. The pre-image of B. Now B is across the y-axis. So this is my y-axis. So that's where my paper's folded. That's my y-axis, so that's where I'm folding the paper. Okay? So how far from the green line is that? 1, 2, 3. So that means that's going to the right 3, so I have to go left 3 here. And this is B image. I keep doing that today. The image goes up the top. Don't pay any attention to this squiggly down here. This is a reflection of that. Let's do one more. And here we have our last one. And you have graph paper. It is given to you on the SOL so that you can practice doing this, and you'll have the graph paper when you're there. C is -2. I'm looking here. It's -2, +3. So I'm going to go -2, +3. So here is my C. And I'm reflecting across y equals 1. Well, where is it that y equals 1? Well, I know when y is 1, it's right there, right? But here, y is still going to be the 1. This is -1, 1. And this is -2, 1. And -3, 1. So my y value is 1 on this horizontal line. What's the slope of that line? That line's slope is 0. So from that place where I am reflecting across, I'm going to count. How far up is it? 1, 2. So this is up 2. So in order for me to reflect, I've got to go down 2. And that is C image. So I hope that makes a little more sense for you. You've got to do D, E, and F here. And we may pull out the graph paper again to do some of these other problems. But the good news is these are our numbers we're going to use on all 3 of these problems. So if I just plot it once, I should be able to kind of work with it and think about how it's going to be manipulated. So here's my S value. It's at a +1, -2. Oh, that's -3. That's -2. And that's my S. And this is +4, -1. And so that is T for my pre-image. And V is +4, -4. And that is V of the pre-image. So S, T, V. And we have a triangle here. Okay? Now in this one, they want me to reflect it across the y-axis. Well, where is my y-axis? Right here. So I'm going to say, how far is S from my y-axis? Well, it is, X is +1 there. I'm going to go 1 to the right. So in order for me to find where it's going to be on the other side of that line, I've got to go 1 to the left of that line. Now I stay on the same line it's on because I'm going straight across. So this is S image. And let's do the same thing with T. I know it's on this line where y equals -1, and I'm going to go 4 to the right. That's where it is. So in order for me to reflect it, it's got to be 4 to the left of the line. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is my T image. V, same thing. It's at this -4 line where y is -4. So I'm going to stay on that line, but I've got to go here. We went +4 to the right. So in order for me to do my image, I'm going to stay on -4 and I'm going to go 4 to the left. And that is my V image. So this is the reflection across the y-axis of this original pre-image. You're going to put the same image down in these 2 quadrants, and then you're going to think about where's your axis here. Where is it -1? And then draw the image using that rule. I hope that helps. We quickly went through this. Remember we talked about where would you fold it to make this happen? Here, I definitely wouldn't fold it there because that's not going to match with the top, is it? But I could fold it right here, and it is going to match very well. If I folded it, this point's going to fold right on top. It looks perfect. So this would be the line of reflection. Over here, we would have the line of reflection, if anybody's in the Valentine's mood, right here, or close to that. And that would be where your line of reflection is. In number 15, well, let's do number 16. Sherry wants to start at school. So here she is at school. And she wants to walk to Main Street. So how far away is Main Street? Main Street is over here. Then continue on to her house. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then up 1. So this is plus 3, and this is up 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's over negative 3, right? She wants the whole trip to be the shortest distance possible. To which point on Main Street should she walk? So she's going to have gone 3, 4, and 3 more. So that's 7. This is 10 if she goes that way, 10 blocks. Is that the fastest way to go? Or could she go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know if it could go any faster than that, because you can't cut through the blocks. Now here they want you to draw a line of reflection where y equals 4. Where is y equal to 4? Well, that's going to be right here. Okay. Where does the line of reflection intersect Main Street? At 4. On the graph, draw the shortest route from school to the Main Street. So I would say a diagonal line is probably the shortest route. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? And then, is that going to mirror the shortest route back? Yep. So she's going to retrace her steps on Main Street. That's all it's asking you to do in that question. On 15, you're just going to kind of think about how this is going to affect you, and you're going to want to use the same graph. Okay? If you say you get stuck, go ahead and just copy it. I hope you're using pencil as you do this. Okay? Down here, here is my line of reflection. This is called y equals x. It's a direct variation for those of you that are taking algebra again. They tell me that the slope, well, we don't care about any of this. Just ignore all this. When we look here at 18, they want to know is there an image reflected from W? Well, W is right here. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy this again on another piece of graph paper so you get the idea. And I know right here is going to be my line of reflection. It's a direct variation. Okay? So that's my y, that's my x, and this is my equation. You know, 1 equals 1. That's what it's trying to say. And W is 2, negative 2. So this is my W. They want me to reflect it across this line. So how far is W from that line? Now, some of you struggled with this because you said, but Mrs. Stickler, it's not straight. Well, I know. But if I go across that center and across that center, I want to make it exactly the same on the other side. So I'm going to go across, across, and right here has to be my W of my image. I hope that makes